And he put all this together, and we really appreciate him for it. And he's awesome, and he's also a lawyer. So if you're in trouble, here's this guy. And it's okay. His name is Doug X. Give it up, guys.
Well, I put Andrew in charge for tonight, so clearly I make bad decisions.
Oh.
And not my calling card. So, like Andrew said, I'm a lawyer, so I'm not one of those lawyers who chase ambulances and try and sue doctors when they make a mistake. What I try and do is keep criminals out of jail. I didn't say it was better, just said it was different. No, but I really like what I do because I always want to be important. And when you're the only thing standing between someone in prison, whether or not you should be standing between them in prison is a different thing. But when you're the only person in someone in prison, you are very important to them. You make a difference in their lives. And anyone else they happen to kill after you let them out. So you're making a difference. And but I really like it because one of the things that you do as a criminal defense attorney is you protect people's constitutional rights against being searched. Because honestly, if a cop pats you down and doesn't find anything, yeah, you're a little upset, but rarely do you actually find a lawyer and try and sue them for whatever damages there might be. And so that's not really how the constitutional rights get protected. But if a cop searches you and finds a bag of cocaine stuffed halfway up your ass, you are highly motivated about determining whether that search was constitutional or not. And highly motivated people pay good money to see their rights protected, which is where I come in. So I actually had a hearing scheduled to protect someone's constitutional rights against being searched, and I got there, and the district attorney wasn't ready. And he said, "I'm not ready, you can pick a different day in January." And I said, "Well, I'm going to object for the record." And he goes, "Well, I think my witness can be ready about 3 p.m. Have a seat." And this is about 9 a.m. I said, "Well played. What day works for you in January?" Because I didn't want to sit around for 6 hours. So you can be outmaneuvered. I don't claim to be the best. Well played. I was like, that was a good move. It wasn't like, 2 hours. 3 p.m. We can get this done. Not happening. So, let's see. I'm 40 and I'm single. So as you might expect, I guess my strong opinions about superhero movies. Like I saw Infinity War. It was okay. Actually, I really want to see. Has anyone seen Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse?
Yeah!
Andrew, that's my audience. I don't want to talk about Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Alright, but I do want to talk about one aspect of it. Where they have, has anyone seen The New Girl?
Woo! The show?
Yeah, the show.
Yeah!
No, Andrew, I'm asking if you've got a new girl.
Sorry.
Do you have a new girl?
What?
Anyway, so one of the actors is, the guy who plays Nick Miller, Jake Johnson, is playing one of the aspects of Spider-Man in the Spider-Verse, and he's playing like a 38-year-old divorced with a beer gut superhero. I would watch the shit out of that show. I think the idea of like someone who saves the world, but the rest of life is all fucked up, it's just going to be a nice contrast, right? Because a lot of people have their shit together in some ways and not in others. Like they're a great athlete, but they cheat on their wives, or they have a good career and they cheat on their wives. There's a theme. Or they're faithful and no one wants them to be because they're looking for a pretext for divorce. But I think that's kind of how you examine your life. Like, how do you tell how you're doing in life? I think some people measure it by money, and some people measure it by how hot the girl they're dating is. And while these are shallow, we're in Orange County, so shallow is allowed. That's not the problem. It's encouraged. The problem is not that it's shallow, it's that it's wildly inaccurate. If you want to know how you're doing in life, you can't judge yourself by the girl you're dating. You have to judge yourself by the guy she leaves you for. That is a very accurate snapshot of how you're doing in life. Like if she leaves you for some dude who just sold a screenplay, has got $1 million in the check that gets deposited, you're doing okay, you're punching your weight. No one can blame you for that. She leaves you for a homeless drug dealer. You, my friend, have some work to do. Full disclosure, I've been left for a homeless drug dealer. Yet more complete disclosure, I've been left twice for a homeless drug dealer. Now, not the same homeless drug dealer. I want to clarify. He's not stalking me on Facebook, right? Because I haven't unfriended him or anything. Like, he's just out on Facebook. Oh, Doug's got a new girl. He sends a direct message. Hey, I've got some beachfront property. Well, you know, beachfront sidewalk property. And I got some first-rate kush. No. Different drug dealers, different girls. And I honestly don't blame the girl for leaving me. I mean, I got a face for radio. I know I'm the ugliest orc in Middle Earth. I sent a letter to Dear Abby. It got intercepted and returned unopened by the CDC for toxic levels of sad. You know, I understand. So I get it, but I'm just saying, you can tell sort of where you're at in life, and. But I had ambitions. I didn't always want to do this. I didn't always want to do comedy in Fountain Valley on a Saturday night. I mean, this is the high point of my month, don't get me wrong, but I'm talking about the life where this is the high point of, that's the part I'm bitching about. So I went to law school, I went to UC Hastings in San Francisco, and I wanted to do the kind of law where you at least get mentioned in newspaper articles, or at least in law school textbooks. That was my dreams. Now I got dreams of making my rent. I mean, mostly what I do is make the world safe for annoying texters. Sometimes it's about restraining orders, but also, if you write a certain kind of text message, like certain people in the audience are doing right now, you can possibly face 9 years in prison, or get kicked out. But you could face 9 years in prison, and I had a client who had that happen. Now granted, it was a horrific fucking text message, okay? No matter how heartbroken you are, because it happens, we've all been heartbroken, you cannot text someone, I'm probably going to murder you. That is against the law because it has a certain kind of specificity and immediacy. So what you need to do is say something like, there is a small but statistically significant probability something horrible might happen to you in the next 3 years. Or if you want to get a little more esoteric, a little more recherché, you might say something like, vis-a-vis our recent breakup, your existence resembles that of Schrodinger's cat. That's right. That's my wheelhouse. Murder and quantum physics. And my next quantum physics joke is, that's okay. I'll stop beating that half-alive, half-dead horse. Someone like that. Maybe it was me. Let's see. So, I'm trying to think. But yeah, I guess you get very motivated by constitutional rights, and that's pretty fun. When we went to college, though, I wasn't pre-law. I majored in philosophy because I make bad decisions, as I mentioned, and I didn't want to just study philosophy. I wanted to create my own philosophy. So I created a philosophy of nihilistic minimalism. It's the belief that there's nothing and very little of it. It didn't catch on. It had a very small following. But no, I liked college. College was fun, because my teachers all hated me. So, there was a teacher's dartboard, my face on it. That's how they would recreate. I had a professor who hated me, hated the living shit out of me. And why this is relevant was a buddy of mine's like, hey, are you going to take his class next semester? Well, this was actually the first day semester. He goes, are you taking this class? I'm like, no, he fucking hates me. Why the fuck would I take that class? He goes, but imagine his face when he walks in and sees you there. And from this, I learned something that has been key to my life ever since. I don't mind being miserable if I know that experience is making someone else slightly more miserable. And that's dating right there. With that philosophy, you can stay in a relationship for an extra 6-7 months. I know they want me to break up with them, but I'm not giving them the satisfaction. We're going to stay in a state of cold fucking war until they make the move or find a homeless drug dealer. All right, and that's all I got for tonight. Andrew, take it away.